All right, first off, just want to cover a couple of quick reminders. Hi, Joanna. How are you? Welcome. One, brokerage survey. So start a new year. We first put it out in December, but we're going to close that January 17th. So uh, that's the end of this week. So if you got some time, we would really appreciate the feedback. That helps us grow, helps us know what areas to continue to improve on. So you can either grab that QR code there or Kelsey, too, if you could grab that link and put that in the chat as well for those that are maybe on their phone, don't want to grab that QR code, just put that in the chat for us, for everybody. Next up is the Broker Bucks auction. So that is coming up February 4th, 1 p.m. We'll be at the 5th Street Hall this year, in person only. So if you want to use those Broker Bucks, you got to be there in person. I believe Christy has been distributing all of those. So if you haven't gotten yours yet, or if you have questions about that, reach out to her and she can connect with you and get that all settled up. And thanks to all the staff who coordinated this and kept track of all those broker books throughout the entire year. So February 4th, we'll have a little bit of an office meeting beforehand, and then we'll get into the auction. Mark it on your calendars. A new location this year, 5th Street Hall. Thanks to Scully Statewide for that. Also coming up is the Regional Conference 2025, February 21st and 22nd. That is up in Traverse City. So again, this is where the entire state of Michigan, all the RE/MAX agents have an opportunity to get together to learn as well as celebrate the previous year's successes and club levels. Walk across the stage, great gala. Everybody gets dressed up, has a very nice dinner, and we celebrate all of those awards, as well as we have a great fun night too on Friday. So grab the QR code here and go and get registered. And Kelsey looks like she already has the link in the chat. So love to see lots of you up there already. I know we got some of you signed up to go, and so it'll be a great event. As always, if you're signed up, let us know in the chat, or if you plan on signing up, let us know too. I know I just talked to Gerald the other day. He's going to be up there. I know a few other agents are planning on getting signed up, so we're excited to see you all there. All right, rally cry for 25, 1 in 5 and 25. Let's go, right? Here we are. So our goal is, 1 in 5 of those deals out there. RE/MAX of Grand Rapids is being a part of it. And so we want to help you with that. This is going to be, again, it's all focused on the activities for your business, for your success. And we're just setting a mantra out there and want to help you achieve what you want to with your business. And this will all roll up to our collective goal, right? So, all right, Lindsay's going to be at RC 25. Love it. Good to see you there, Lindsay. All right, so we'll be continuing to talk about 1 in 5 and 25 and all sorts of different activities. And everything you'll see will be kind of themed along those lines. So, Julie, I can get that for you. I don't know that off the top of my head. We've been focusing on specific areas, and we're going to talk about some specific areas where we're dominating right now and some areas of opportunity. So that's a great question for the percentage of market do we have. So we look at different areas, and we'll cover each one of those in a few minutes here. So great question, great precursor to what we're going to talk about today. All right. So every year, in case you haven't seen this before, GRAR puts out a summary of the entire market, what happened over the course of the last year. And then you can always see it in comparison to all sorts of years in the past. This chart goes all the way back to 97. And so we thought one of the best things to do was, again, just give you a frame of reference for the market, again, that education is a big part of us growing into that 1 in 5 and 25, so you can keep on being that top pro out here. So this first one here, and we have a link as well, and you'll see the QR code at the top, as well as Kelsey, if you can put the link for the GRAR annual stats in there. If you don't know where to find this, put that in the chat for everybody. Great thing to download, keep with you. And again, it's a good frame of reference, especially to help the public understand kind of what our market looks like. I am not sure how I got all these red things on there or how to get rid of them, but I'm assuming that's something via Zoom. Here is the number of new listings submitted to the MLS. So you can see we continued to kind of float around the 14, 15,000 marks, dove down over the last few years, hit a low, and hopefully we are on our way back up, and that trend continues for the amount of homes being listed, as well as for the amount of homes being sold. You can see we hit a low in 23, about 9,500 in our market, which you can see it was the same low as 08 during the market crash, and the very lowest being in 97. So hopefully this upward trend continues, and we bottomed out but are headed on our way up. You can see the average sales price, how much it's grown. Great for those people who purchased in 09, right? That's a rocket ship right there to the top in terms of how much that equity has grown for people. So a good frame of reference of how our market has increased. And then the dollar volume for closed sales. So you can see again, dipped in 23 a little bit, but then up again last year, staying pretty even. Oh, actually, I think, John, I think you're right in those red things. It just said Jonathan Camp and Drew on the screen. So I'm not sure how we're doing that, but that's all right. You can see it's about even with 22, 21. And again, this is a function of the overall sales price, right? And the amount of homes sold. And so hopefully we continue to see that grow as well, because that's where all of our income is based off of, right? Is the amount of volume that's in that market. So this is a good one to just help understand how much money's in the market. And if you have questions about any of these, just please let us know. Average number of current listings, so that you know what's out there. You can see we've been holding steady, bumped up just a little bit. We're hoping that trend continues. And then average months of inventory. So again, this is a function of how fast are we selling homes, and if we stop listing today, how long would it take for us to sell that inventory that we have? So if we have 1,400 listings right now, it'd take us 1.3 months to sell all of those listings. Just gives us a rate of how fast our market's moving. Again, starting to slowly tick up, and we're hoping to get a little bit back to normal, because here's what it looks like from, if you ever have people asking, is it a seller's market, buyer's market? Months of supply determines that. Seller's market 1 to 2, 3 to 4 starts to get closer and closer to an even market. 5 to 6 months is the norm. And then this also talks about what that appreciation looks like for those prices. So we didn't quite see double-digit appreciation. We saw about 6.7% appreciation last year in our market. But if anybody or has clients asking about this, this is kind of how we determine if it's a seller or a buyer's market. All right, great. Kelsey's got that link in the annual stats from GRAR if you want to grab that from the chat. Again, print it, have it with you. It's not that you're probably going to go through all this with anybody, but it's a nice point of reference. And if anybody ever does ask more specific questions, gives you something to point to, position you as the expert. Or maybe it's something that you want to take and you want to post some of this material, again, position yourself as the expert, or use it in some of your annual messaging to your clients. All right, I'm going to move this so we can see down below. That would dominate, it's getting covered up. All right, to Julie's question earlier in the chat, Where is it, or what is our market share? So we went and took a look at all the sales last year. We crunched all the numbers and said, where are we really dominating the market? Whereas Remax of Grand Rapids have a really strong market share. And we found that these 5 zip codes down here at the bottom are where we have a strong anywhere from 16 to 14% of the market share in each one of those areas. And the reason why we highlighted those is because when we're thinking about 1 and 5 and 25, these are areas where we can continue to grow that dominance, get more of those Remax signs in there. They're already familiar with seeing the Remax name in there. So why not grow in these areas as well and hit that 1 and 5 and 25? But also, what are some of the areas around these that we have opportunity to grow? We're already really entrenched in here. Can we continue to start to expand little by little outside of these areas that we dominate to start taking over more and more areas? And we wanted to give you that information to help you understand what it is that where we can take the next approach. So Jeff's got a question in there. Out of the 9637 homes, how many are from us? So we sold 1,502 homes last year. Yeah, that's great. You guys are fantastic out there with agents averaging over just over we're around 6.2 million for our average agent in sales volume, and that's about double our next closest competitor. Once we get all those final numbers in, we'll get that later on throughout the year. It's triple most of our competitors out there in terms of what you guys produce on a regular basis. So you guys are already dominating from that standpoint. Those are huge numbers. And when you think about what is 3 million in sales volume equal in your commission, that's a significant number too. When you think about what you earn from that standpoint. But we took a look, we crunched the numbers, we said, okay, where are there the most sales happening? Where is there the most turnover rate, the highest percentage of turnover, where of the homes they're selling the most? Sometimes you get an area where it's really stable and only like 2% of the homes are selling in a year, versus sometimes it's 8 or 9% of the homes are turning over every year. We also looked at, is there certain agents that are already dominating that area, or is there a whole lot of agents doing it so it's very random, and maybe there's an opportunity where you can, if some focus effort, you can really take advantage and grab a stronghold and start to dominate that market by some advertising to it, by being present there, all those reasons. So when taking a look at all of that, here's the 5 zip codes that we found. So 49525, and you write these down if this is something that you want to grow and expand on. 49505, 49315, 49507, and 49341 up there in the Rockford area. So we got some south of the city, like 39315, and some north, like the Rockford one, and some right in the city. And some on the northeast side, like the 49525 is on the northeast side. So these are the ones that we found, hey, they're close to where we're already dominating. They have great opportunity because of all those factors. So if you're looking to grow in certain areas, and if you want help really dialing in on some of these, reach out to us as staff, send a message to me afterwards. Be happy to help you really dive in and look at all those characteristics of what makes a good target market for you. Now, one of the ways you could do that and target is through, again, covering up, through a squeeze page for from your Bold Trail CRM. Who knows what a squeeze page? Anybody on the chat know what a squeeze page is? I'm sure Kelsey and Christy know what a squeeze page is. All right, well, good. We got something new for you. So a squeeze page is essentially a page where it's, okay, yep, Kevin, lead capture. It is for lead capture. You're right. So It's specifically a search page that's focused on a specific area or a specific type of home or whatever that might be. So this one in particular, this is just a squeeze page for homes for sale in 49426, so kind of the Hudsonville area. Or your squeeze page could be mid-century modern homes for sale in Grand Rapids. It could be a neighborhood, it could be a township, all these things. It could be a map that you draw on your CRM. So I'm not going to go in how you go about doing this, because I'm going to encourage you to join Christy and Kelsey for that. But what a squeeze page does is it gives you a link that you can add to an advertisement. Looking for homes in Hudsonville, looking for homes in Rockford, looking for homes in 49507, homes for sale in this area, mid-century homes. So you go out, you take the link, you advertise that on your social, or you paid advertisement. And when people come to the site, they'll see something like this. It's all dedicated to you. They'll be able to view a few homes, but afterwards, if they want to continue to search more, it'll get a prompt saying, hey, please create a login, and you'll be able to continue to view all the homes and get updates about ones that come for sale for that area. So if you want to dominate one of those zip codes that we showed, maybe you create some squeeze pages for that and start advertising to bring in people who are looking in that area. So the other thing too, you can see at the top there, it says complimentary market report. So this is just another thing that's available to them if they want continuous information about that zip code or that town or whatever it is. They click on that. Again, they're prompted to enter their information. And you can say, hey, I want phone number to whatever it is, to capture that information. But again, it gives you a way to start following up with them and prospect for clients out there. So if you want to figure out, and it's super easy to do, it takes a minute or two to create these. It's just a matter of how specific you want to be. I don't know which time during the Bold Trail training that Christy and Kelsey will end up covering these things, but I do encourage you to start diving into the Bold Trail trainings that they're hosting Thursdays at noon. They're going back and forth between Cascade and Standale, or at least reach out to them and say, hey, I want to know more about that. And they will be happy to get you the information and talk you through it, or let you know, hey, here's when we're going to cover it. Make sure you attend this meeting. All right, so there you go. We gave you some target areas. We gave you some ways to target them to grow your market share in those areas. And so we encourage you to give those things a try. Again, all to help you start to dominate that specific area, because we know when you get a good foothold on an area, start getting more and more listings in there. I mean, that is the best endorsement you can get, right? As a sign in the yard. And now you can really start to work that neighborhood as the expert and continue to build more and more business in that area. So check out those squeeze pages, talk to Christy and Kelsey, and attend some of those Bold Trail trainings. I think we had about 10 people at the last one. Really, I think their eyes were opened to a lot of the possibilities of what the system offers. All right, perfect. Yeah, Michael knew what a squeeze page is. Specific page to drive lead traffic. 100% right. Okay. Our market summary guide that we put out quarterly, always covering kind of the last 6 months of the market, not kind of the exact 6 months of the last market. We do that specifically because we know, hey, appraisers would love for most of what they're looking at in comparison to be within that time frame. That's ideal. We did something a little different this year. So we took each one of those for the latest one, and we put your contact information. This one's just got JP's up there with questions. And so we did this for each one of you. You should have each gotten an email with a PDF and an image file. Would have been last week with this. If you didn't get it, and if you want one, go ahead and just, you can just put market summary guide or MSG in the chat, and we'll make sure to send you this again in case it got dumped in spam or whatever it may be. But just put MSG Market Summary Guide in the chat, and we'll make sure to send you yours that's branded specific to you. Here's what we encourage you to do. Use it in your annual letter or email it out to your sphere on a regular basis. We also have a template in Bold Trail where it's automatically updated in there, so you can use that as well. Bring it to your open houses or hand it out to the 50 homes around your open houses beforehand and just say, hey, hosting it open. If you know anybody who wants to move into the area, encourage them to attend. Hey, here's some market statistics just about the area. Leave that with them, even if they're not home. So bring it to your listing and buying appointments. Once you've printed it, use it for a mailer or geofarming in one of those zip codes that we talked about. And then we also gave it to you as an image file so that you can save it on your phone in just one of your photos. Makes it really easy to text it to your clients if you want to do it that way, or text it to a prospect. Also quickly reference information about that market when you're at a social event or somebody asks you a question, whatever it is, it's right there in your photos. So highly encourage you to save it to your photos for that purpose, because you can't text a PDF to everybody. Hopefully you find that useful and like it that it's branded to you as well. All right, I'm going to assume everybody got it, or nobody likes this idea because nobody wants it in the chat. I'm hoping it said everybody got it. Another thing too, we shared out the multi-year home value increases, and so just wanted to share another way that you could use this, a couple of ways. One, just for reassuring your clients and letting them know some good news. Who doesn't love to hear how much equity they've gained in their home? Let them know they're a little richer than the year before, hopefully, right? So what you can do, since you have this information and you know when their home was sold, and if you don't know when their home was sold, let us know. We can pull all that data too. But it just says in this particular verbiage, there's been historic increases in home values over the last few years. I thought you'd want to know that since you bought your home in 2013 for $238K, home values in your area have increased an average of 134%. That means your home is now worth an estimated, $557K, resulting in $319K of additional equity. So who doesn't want to hear that news? And then here's the kicker. I want to know your reaction on a scale of 1 to 10. This is the conversation starter. 1 being below expectations, 10 far exceeding expectations. What do you think? Text me your answer. And the goal is just to start some of those conversations with your clients, build that connection, keep you top of mind. If you like this idea and you just want that verbiage, so you can apply it to a postcard or an email, just to put the client equity updates in the chat. You can send it directly to me. If you don't want to put it in front of everybody, that's fine too, and we'll get you that exact verbiage. Another way you can take that same idea, and this is a great idea that was provided by curator.com. If you're looking at some of those zip codes that we mentioned, you want to grab that additional market share. Show a little bit of your work in public on social media. So this is an agent. What they did, it's really small, so I'll read it for you up top. This agent said, I sold this home in Benton in 2021, and I just did an annual equity evaluation on it today. They have earned 100K in equity in just 2 years. If you want a free equity evaluation, just DM me your address and I'll give it to you in a jiffy. So this person's trying to show, hey, one, this client had great success, right? They got this extra equity. 2, I stay in touch. I'm an expert. I know what's going on in the market. And 3, I'm going to let you know, right, when this good news comes across. So who doesn't want to hear some good news about where they're at specifically on their home? So maybe this will work for some people in your sphere and you can start those conversations. Maybe it'll bring you some people who are outside of your sphere and just want that information, or maybe some people who are on the fringes, of your sphere. They'll want to start a conversation with you. You can do it in other ways too. Here's an equity poll. And again, This comes from curator.com. Do you want an equity report for your home? So again, I just did an equity report for one of my clients who gained 155K in equity in the past 4 years. That's amazing. Do you want an equity report? And then it just gives you the options to choose your answers. All right, thanks, Kevin. Yes, we will get you that equity update verbiage. All right, so I just want to round out the meeting with a few reminders. Hopefully there's some helpful tips there as you're getting started in the year. But we know we always bring a lot to the table. Sometimes it's new stuff and it's like, oh man, I didn't even get to the last stuff. So just want to go over a few quick reminders of other things that are available that we think would be super helpful as you continue to grow your market share in your business, in case you missed them last month. And to start with that, I just want to ask a quick question and see if we can't get some engagement on this. So what does it cost you if you miss a deal from your sphere? If you just miss one deal. Who's the brave, the bold, willing to jump out there? I'm going to tell Michael and Brian they can't jump in.
25K.
45K. All right. Oh, 120K, 110K. Okay. Michael got it in there too. Awesome. Julie, you are so very close because what Julie's thinking about, and I love it, she put it in the chat, 120K. What about future deals and referrals from that contact? A friendship system. Oh, that's good. So yes, that's it. I mean, it's so easy for and anybody who's been in the business for a significant amount of time, you've seen that listing that you sold years ago, driven past and seen some other agents sign in the yard, and it's heartbreaking, right? Or a friend who ends up working with a different agent. But Julie is right, because of all of those future deals and referrals from that contact. And actually, Jared James did some numbers on this. So Julie's probably even right that it's might even be higher than that, because it was a couple of years that he came out with this of saying that, the value of that person in your sphere, that past client, is about 117K to an agent because of all that repeat and referral business. If you stay in touch with them, if you work with them, and let them know that you appreciate their referrals, right? So that's a big number and something that we don't want to miss out on. So just think about that in all the things that we're doing and a lot of what we're offering, of why it's so important to stay in contact with that sphere. It's not just the next deal, it's everything involved. And thank you for that, for everybody who jumped in the chat, Brian as well. At that number, it could be as high as that nowadays. So I say that just to lead up to reminders of some things that we did. So our database double check, so where we pulled past clients from Loop and their contact information. We've had 31 of our agents jump on that, and we've been able to pull all that on a nice spreadsheet and send that out to them. Hopefully they've been able to make sure everything's updated. And then out of those 31 so far, we've had 11 agents who has said, hey, can you take those and upload those to Bold Trail for us so we can start leveraging Bold Trail to stay in better contact with them. And when doing that, we have been able to set up over 11,000 valuable contacts that happen for them regularly right off the bat when we upload those clients to Bold Trail for them. So now we're getting all these valuable contacts that they don't have to worry about doing them themselves, and they're staying top of mind with all those clients. So again, they don't miss out on that large amount of money that missing a deal could result in from your sphere. So if you'd like to do this too, if you'd like help, just you can drop database double check. So you can just put the DDC in the chat, and we'll get you set up with that. if you want help with getting them uploaded to Bold Trail, just put Bold Trail in there, and we'll follow up with you. So, and then too, I guess I'll put a small note in here because we do get lots of questions like, okay, what's the material that gets sent out? And we're happy to share that with you. And I just want to note too, sometimes it's just a matter of seeing your name appear in their inbox or on their text and knowing your contact information. 70% of clients can't remember their real estate agent's name after just 12 months of closing. That's a lot of missed opportunity. Now, I'm not saying any of you are in that camp, but sometimes just a matter of that showing up reminds them of you, reminds them of the contact information. And we've heard stories too of clients who said, you know what, I just couldn't find their information anywhere. So it was just easier for me to ask, you know, mom and dad, who do they use? Or ask their brother or sister or their friend, who did you use? And they end up using that person. But if they just would have had an email that popped up last month, easy to find for them, they were thrilled with that past agent. They just couldn't remember because that's not what they're dealing with on a daily basis, right? That's just not what they're thinking about 6, 7 years down the road.
Hey, Dave.
All right, you can grab. Oh yeah.
Hey, is that like a campaign? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry, can you hear me? Is that a campaign like sequence, like the $20 million referral or, you know, different lead campaigns that we do? Is that what that is set up like, or is that totally like a different platform?
So there's multiple things we can do. One is just a monthly market report, just right around their area, so they know what's happening in their neighborhood. Yeah, everybody's curious about the house that went up for sale around the corner, those types of things. And then they also have a closing or a home anniversary message that we can set up automatically right off the bat. And then we do recommend, we haven't, there's a $20 million referral fundamental program where it's 6 more touches. And I can send you what each one of those things look like as well throughout the year. So they get information about renovation costs if they're thinking about, you know, updating anything on their home and what percentage of return they'll get on that. They get some other things just throughout the year, and it's all very much focused on our area and specific to our market.
Okay. Is there, yeah, because we do some of that.
And then of course,
we have like
okay.
Yeah, we have like a campaign that hits some of that with like past clients, but I was just curious if we could add if we add that, would it double up stuff or would we just compare what we already have, you know what I mean, to what that offers?
Right. And so that's the great thing is just once we make sure we have everybody in there, we can customize it a little bit for you as well. Make sure we're not doubling up anything and also pick and choose a little bit of other items because that's just 6 contacts. We have dialogues and templates for many more than that that are great options as well. That's just kind of the fundamentals that we feel like if you're not going to do, if you don't know what to do and it's too hard to choose, at least do these 6. Great question. Appreciate it, Kevin. That's great. All right. Also, we put out an annual letter template. We've had multiple agents take advantage of this, and also we've been able to help mail merge and print these. So taking all those clients and personalize it to each one of those clients from that dot loop list of participants so that it's just ready to go. And all you got to do is fold it up and mail them out. So I think Kelsey may, or can you put that in the chat? Annual letter, it's in there. Put it one more time in there, just down below. Thank you. Reminder for that. you want to just have some fun, I've been sending this to a lot of people too, but these are just great, the Remax stickers. You can download these from the App Store or from, if you have Android, from that store as well. But kind of cool things to communicate with your clients and just have some fun with the Remax logo. Take advantage of that branding, the most recognized brand in the world for real estate, and just enjoy and have some fun with this. Get them on your phone. So. And then we talked about boosting your listings as well. Super easy on Bold Trail to get you some more leads. And the best part is that they drop right into your CRM. And if you want more information about this too, again, we got those Bold Trail trainings going on Thursdays at noon with Kelsey and Christy, or just reach out to them. They'll be happy to talk with you about how you get that done. You can do it from your phone too. It's super easy. Less than 60 seconds, as fast as you can type in the credit card to pay the $70 to boost it. It'll be done and ready for you. So with that, we are wrapping up. So just a reminder of our company calendar. You can click on this and each Monday message, be able to see what we have coming up and going on in terms of training and events for this month and months to come. We mentioned that Bold Trail. We got one this week. Thursday, we got one the 23rd and the 30th. Rach has a mastermind coming up, a broker mastermind on the 23rd. So that's next week, Thursday. And we already mentioned the Broker Bucks auction, and that'll be combined with the company meeting on that day as well, where we take a look back at more things specific to us from the last year. So we encourage you to grab that, check it out, plan your days, and just get plugged in, especially during some of these slower times of the year when the market's a little bit quieter. Great time to take on something new, learn something new, so you're ready for that spring market. All right, so that's all we have for today.